This is Chapter 2, Lesson 7 on finding the percent of a number from California Math, your Common Core edition, Course 1. My daughter's in 6th grade and she works with this book, and I make these videos for her to follow along. So in the previous lesson, the focus there was estimating percents of numbers. Here, we're going to show you how to find exactly the percent of a number, so no more estimating. We'll jump into an example. The method that I'm going to show you relies on being able to multiply numbers. So I might need to multiply a number like 0.30 in this case times 200. So we do want to be able to multiply numbers that involve decimals. Right, so how do we find the percent of a given number? First, I'll break it into steps. There's not too many. Convert the percent to a decimal. And that's pretty straightforward, right? Because we've seen in a previous lesson that to convert a percent to a decimal, I just have to move that decimal point to the correct location, either 2 spots to the left or 2 spots to the right, depending on what I'm trying to do. Here, we're converting a percent to a decimal, so that decimal point there is going to go 2 steps to the left. So this is 0.30. Now we can keep that 0, or we could drop it, and that still represents the same number. It turns out to make things a bit easier if we go ahead and drop this 0. Now I want to be real clear. If I had 0.03, I could not just get rid of that 0. If I did, that would represent a different number. So we want to be careful. Zeros coming after this number, if you see a string of zeros here and that's it, no further non-zero numbers down the road, then you could drop that 0. Maybe one more example would be useful. If I see 1, I could not drop that 0. If I did, that would change the value of the number, and it's because there's a 1 there. So it'd really have to be 2 zeros, say, if I wanted to remove those zeros. All right, so you have to be real careful converting percents to decimals. So I convert my percent to a decimal. To make life easier for the next step, I'll go ahead and remove any zeros I don't really need. So now step 2 is multiply your decimal. Multiply the decimal. So in our case 0.3 by the number. In our case 200. So we set up our multiplication problem. 200 times 0.3. You can kind of see why I decided to drop that 0. It wouldn't be wrong to put 0.30 here, but it'll cause more work down below. Okay, so we do our multiplication. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 2 is 6. It always goes fast to watch someone else do multiplication, so if that went quick, that's okay. The last bit is to make sure my answer down below accounts for any decimal places that I see up here. In total, I see just 1 decimal place, so my answer must also have that 1 decimal place. This now is your final answer. 30% of 200 is 60. So just 2 short steps, but we need to be careful in both. So let's see one more example. Let's do 160% of 120. So example 2, find 160% of the number 120. You should pause the video and try it and just compare answers at the end. Or see how far you get. Maybe you make it through step 1 but get stuck in step 2. So I'll convert 160% to a decimal. So let's start there. 160%. Take my decimal point, move it over 2 spots to the left to get the number 1.60. This is a 0 with no non-zero numbers following it, so I can go ahead and remove that. That completes step 1. Now on to step 2. I take the number 120. I multiply it by my percent, which has now been converted to a decimal, times 1.6. And then we just do the arithmetic. So it's good to be able to to do these computations, but it is just a bunch of arithmetic, so I'm going to go ahead and go through it kind of quick. 6 times 0 is 0, 6 times 2 is 12, so carry that little 1. 6 times 6 is 1, plus 1. I've finished with the 6. I'm going to get rid of this little 1 so I don't get confused when I do the next round of multiplication. So I move on to the next round. I add this 0 first, and now I'm ready to multiply. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Add 0 plus 0, 2 plus 0, 7 and 2 is 9, and 1. Almost done. I need to look up here and count how many decimal places I have. No decimal places coming from my 120. 1 decimal place coming from my 1.6. So I need 1 decimal place in my answer. So our answer is 192. Now the only real difficulty that one could run into, I feel like, is in the arithmetic right here when you're doing the multiplication. So you do want to be careful there. Perhaps we'll just do one more example where the arithmetic maybe is a little more challenging. Let's try just 42% of this number. 42% of 120, say. Right, so let's make this example 3. If you feel like you've got the hang of it and are ready to go try the problems from the book, go for it. But here, this will just be one more. Convert my 42% to a decimal. So I'll go to 0.42. In this case, there's no zeros that I can remove, it's just a 0.42. Now we go ahead and do the multiplication. 120 times 0.42. Okay, so 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. Add the 0. And now repeat. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. It's always faster when someone else does the multiplication, so if that went too fast, it's fine. Just try and do the computation on your own. Add up the zeros. 4 plus 0. 8 and 2 is 10, so be sure to carry that 1, and we end up with 5. Before I finish, I need to make sure I have the right number of decimal places down here. Just 2 decimal places, it looks like, so I need 2 decimal places of my answer. Our final answer then is 50.40, which is the same number as 50.4. 42% of 120 is 50.4.